Greetings, one and all, and welcome to the premiere preview episode of Mikeylito Live. I have no idea whether or not you can hear me or not. Let me just check this. It appears like you're able to hear me, so we'll just keep going. The title of today's show is What Kind of Day Has It Been? And it's been a really crazy day. I've had to go in for a blood test. I had a crazy bus ride. I went to see Free Guy at Regal Cinemas. And it really was kind of nuts. The incident with the blood test started off. I had to go in and get blood tests for my endocrinologist, and I walked into the lab, and you would think in a medical facility that no one would walk in without mask. Wrong. We had one guy walked in. He looked really sick, and he wasn't wearing a mask. Plus, they had three big signs that said, "Please use a glove to check in on the iPad that they have there for check-in." And of course, nobody, one other person other than me did. So I finished there, and then after that, I went to catch a bus to go to the movies, and have big signs on the doors of the bus: no mask, no ride. So there was 5 people on the bus, including the driver, and one person had no mask, and of course nothing was said. But that was nuts too. So I just really don't understand what people are thinking about with COVID-19 and the Delta variant getting worse by the day, and still it's like people are not paying attention, and it's really kind of crazy. So I got to the movie theater, and I was really looking forward to that because I haven't been in a movie theater since I went to see In the Heights, and I was really looking forward to seeing Free Guy. There's a few other movies that I want to see, and I figured that my birthday is recently passed, that I would get some refreshments before I went in for the movie. And I have Regal has little things that they give to their unlimited members and what have you. So I had a 2-day small popcorn, free popcorn that I wanted to get, but I couldn't get it because they had a free birthday popcorn and a free birthday drink, which I did not want because they expire in 88 days. And this other small free popcorn expired in 2 days. So I figured, well, let's use the 2-day one first. And they just wouldn't do it. We got into a big argument about that. So eventually I just dropped the whole thing and went in to watch the movie. So Free Guy, I really enjoyed. It's Ryan Reynolds, and he plays a non-playing character, an NPC. So normally when you play video games, there's a player that you control, and then there's other players in the game that you don't control. And he was one of the players that people don't control. And he discovers, he thought that he was that his life revolved around going through this routine on a day in and day out basis and what have you. And once he discovered that he was an NPC, he decided to take control of his life and see if he can meet the girl of his dreams, which he has scene walking around the game, which is Free City, and I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. You got to forgive me; I'm a little nervous. um, I have to work my way through this. This is something that I really want to do, but I guess I'm a little underprepared for this one, even though I had the opening. I have no idea whether or not even the sound played on the opening, which is kind of bugging me. But let me just check whether anybody's out there, because I'm not looking at chat, so I have no idea whether anybody is out there or not. Well, the one person watching I know is that television set over there, I think. If there's anybody out in chat, just say hello so that I know that you're there. And, oh, yeah, the sound is definitely working. So, the things that have been going on today are the CinemaCon. John Campea has been covering all of that. He had like 3,000 people last night watching his streams. I had actually intended on starting last night, but I wasn't going to compete with his stream and 3,000 viewers. Hopefully we'll get some content or contact tonight. Some of the things that's going on, let's see, Warner Brothers, they announced the Matrix 4 trailer, which has not hit YouTube yet. They're talking about Batman, the Batman, which actually does not come out until March. So I guess they're trying to scare up an audience for that, but it's going to be a while before that hits the screen. Dune, which is coming up in October, which I don't really know anything about Dune, but I love the trailer. I'm really interested in seeing it in a theater. And I know that's coming up in October. Malignant, which I'm not interested in. King Richard, I am interested in. The Many Saints of Newark, I'm interested in. And Cry Macho, I think according to a listing that I had, is out already. But I don't recall seeing anything about it anywhere. Cry Macho, let me just run back and take a really quick look, because I was looking at Warner Brothers films earlier. It was supposed to, oh, I'm sorry, September 17th is its opening date. So apparently that's a film by, what's the old dude? Rowdy. Clint Eastwood. It's a Clint Eastwood film. There's some Clint Eastwood films I like and other Clint Eastwood films I don't like. He did Gran Torino. I thought that was like very good. And then he did Richard Jewell, which I did not like at all. So we'll see how that goes. So let's take a look at some of the news stories that are hitting the wires this morning. Of course, I got to figure out where the camera is. Here it is, over here. Oh, I saw this one. This is kind of weird. I used to follow sports quite a bit, but this is something I do not understand. Let me just roll this back to the beginning. Stephen A. Smith takes a tighter grip on ESPN's First Take. So Kellerman is out. He's going to radio, and Stephen A. Smith is going to get rotating guest hosts to spar with him. Not a show I watch anymore, and so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but I just don't understand what ESPN is thinking about. They're just giving away their entire morning. So let's see. We have a story here about what happened at the Warner Brothers presentation tonight. Warner Brothers unveils the first Matrix 4 trailer. This is from The Hollywood Reporter. 8 months after Warner Brothers shook Hollywood with the announcement that its 2021 slate would debut day and date in theaters and on HBO Max, the studio used CinemaCon to reassure theater owners that it was still very much in the theatrical movie business. Warner showed off clips from its upcoming slate. Including the first trailer from the newly titled The Matrix Resurrections, which opens December the 22nd. So it showed closer looks at the Batman, which opens March 4th, 2022. That's just too far off to get excited about. There's going to be so much happening between now and March 4th. And Dune, October 22nd, as well as footage from James Wan's Malignant, Clint Eastwood's Cry Macho, The Sopranos prequel, The Many Saints of Newark, which I'm pretty excited about, and the Will Smith starrer, King Richard. Jeff Goldstein, president of Domestic Distribution, and Andrew Cripps, president of International Theatrical Distribution, appeared in a pre-taped video for the presentation. Goldstein noted the studio has put out 13 new films in theaters during the pandemic era and praised theater owners for keeping audiences coming, and then introduced the studio's upcoming films, most notably The Matrix Resurrections. Ahead of the presentation, little was known about the fourth Matrix, not even the premise or the title. The film comes from original co-director Lana Wachowski and includes original trilogy stars Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss, who were both heavily featured in a trailer played for CinemaCon audiences but not released online. And that's what we're going to be looking for. The trailer began with Thomas Anderson, who is Keanu Reeves, in therapy, telling his therapist, "I had dreams that just weren't dreams. Am I crazy?" He senses something is not quite right with the world, but he has no memory of what the Matrix is. Later, he runs into a woman at a coffee shop. They shake hands, and there seems to be something between them, but neither one remembers the other. Meanwhile, Reeves Thomas spends his days taking prescription blue pills and wondering why everyone in his world is glued to their phones. Yeah, well, if you walk around New York City, you'd be wondering the same thing. Looking around and realizing he's the only one on a crowded elevator not looking at a device. Eventually, Reeves Thomas runs into a man who is reminiscent of Morpheus, the freedom fighter played by Lawrence Fishburne in the original trilogy. This mysterious man hands Anderson a red pill, and soon we see footage of him with powers seeing the Matrix for the fake reality that it is. The footage followed some similar beats of the original, including Neo fighting the Morpheus-like figure in a dojo, and an image of Anderson in an incubator. There's also a shot of Neo looking in a mirror and seeing an older version of himself. Neo also seems to have a few new powers from the last time, with the trailer including a shot of what looks like him controlling a missile through telekinesis to prevent it from hitting him. The original Matrix became a defining sci-fi action film with significant influence on the genre. It won 4 Oscars in the category of visual effects, editing, and sound. The signature VFX, known as the bullet time effect, went on to be widely used in entertainment. The trailer shown at CinemaCon shows there will be similar visual style to the original, as well as some fresh VFX trickery. From the moment I read the script, it absolutely brought back those memories, said Goldstein, who worked on the first Matrix. I was completely floored. The film, produced by Village Roaster, also stars Jada Pinkett Smith and Jessica Henwick. The studio also showed off the Batman with a sizzle reel. The footage of the Batman comes exactly 1 year to the day after the first trailer debuted for the Matt Reeves directed comic book film, which stars Robert Pattinson as the Dark Knight. The film also includes Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon and Andy Serkis as Alfred, and villains such as Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, Colin Farrell as the Penguin, Paul Dano as the Riddler. Reeves noted the film was partially inspired by Batman Year One, the seminal work from writer Frank Miller, while Pattinson reflected on how this version of Batman is different than those seen on screen before. He's really working out this rage, says Pattinson in a featurette. All the fights seem very personal. The Warner Brothers presentation also signaled what appears to be a very big year for Oscar-nominated cinematographer Greg Fraser, who lends to both Dune and The Batman. Excuse me, creating distinctly different yet both epic looks for each. CinemaCon comes as theater owners fret over the shattering of the theatrical window amid this coronavirus pandemic. Earlier presentations from Sony and MGM saw executives from those studios tout that their films did not go to streaming services and theaters simultaneously. In December, Warner Brothers roiled the industry with the announcement that its entire 2021 slate would debut day and date in theaters and on HBO Max, which, like Warner's, is owned by Warner Media. The move was met with backlash from theater owners and talent, including filmmaker Christopher Nolan, who had a long-time relationship with the studio, and Dune's Denis Villeneuve. Warner's will resume giving films an exclusive theatrical window next year with its 2022 slate, going into theaters for 45 days under a deal made public earlier this month. Meanwhile, the studio is developing films directly for HBO Max, including the upcoming DC titles Batgirl and Blue Beetle. At the top of the presentation, Cripps spoke of the power of the movie theater, comparing it favorably to watching a movie at home. Turns out size does matter, quipped Cripps. Watching Godzilla vs. Kong on your iPad doesn't pack the same punch as going to the movies. Took him a while to figure that out, apparently. So, That's that. Oh, here's Joshua Levesque is in the chat. How you doing, Josh? What is an ASMR? I've seen ASMR before. Believe me, I doubt my personality is anything but calming. Here he goes. I watched your interview with Rob from Robservations Midnighter and found it really interesting. You have a nice screen presence. Thank you, Josh. Wish nothing but the best for you, man. Well, I'm gonna have to get a few of these under my belt because I'm really nervous. But I figured I had to at some point just hit the button and try and figure out how to develop my presence on YouTube. So I had some ideas, and I really should have prepared better for tonight's stream and what have you, but there's always the next time. So Josh goes on to say, you have a really calming voice. You should try ASMR videos if you're interested. I think they could be a hit. I have to check that out and see. But thanks for stopping in. Thanks for giving me permission to promote the stream on the Discord. I really appreciate that. I do have some plans for other shows in the future. One of the shows, let's see if I have everything loaded. This is what I mean about being more prepared. One of the shows, and I can quickly load this quickly. Apparently not that quickly. Here we go. Mikeylito's Multiplex. In the future, when I do movie reviews, they'll be under this title. I want to have I don't know how people feel about it, but a stream on Saturday mornings. That'll be like once a week where we do movie reviews that premiere on Friday. And we'll see how that goes. I know better to prepare for these things and what have you because I produced a video stream for somebody else's podcast and what have you. And we usually did a week's worth of preparation for one show and what have you. And the only reason I jumped into tonight's stream is because I was really delaying pressing the button. I've been prepping for almost 2 weeks, and I just, I guess I was fearful of just going on stream because even when I did Rob's stream, I was very nervous that night as well. And I have to learn to get comfortable of performing in front of the camera. But it's coming along, and I have some different things that I want to do during the day. I can't seem to find this other, did I take that off? No, I didn't. I left it on. I can't find the the other slide that I want, which is another show that I said, Get Off My Lawn, which is basically just a short commentary series about anything that I want to talk about. So, now MGM also had a drop today, and apparently they did a long drop. Let me take a little sip of my coffee. They did a reel on No Time to Die, which is another film that I really been looking forward to, and I'm really kind of upset that it keeps getting delayed. I realize that they need to make a lot of money on that film and what have you, but we'll see how that goes. So, I don't know. Do I have anything else that I want to say tonight? I kind of apologize because I really should have been better prepared. I should have been better prepared with my movie review, and I should have been better prepared with this stream. But hopefully you guys will give me another shot in the future. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bite the bullet, and I'm just going to bail out right now. And hopefully I'll be better prepared the next time that I press that go live button. So thanks for tuning in, and maybe next time somebody will want to come on screen and we can have a discussion about what's going on in the world of movies, television, and streaming, or anything else that you want to talk about. And I know on the Burn Network, they are doing that PGS All-Stars series. So hopefully you'll tune into that, and we'll just move on from there. So thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.